Coach Bronson Moreau is back with some more Saturday action. And we've got to take advantage of where we are at here in our schedule. We do open up on the road today against Coastal Carolina, but I took a little peek at what we've got on the schedule for today. And the goal is to get through the next 4 games, get us to our week 11 bye before we have 3 games and hopefully a conference championship. At the minimum here, we're looking for that bowl game. But the big thing to note, we take a look at these last 3 games. Right now, the Raging Cajuns 3-2, Texas State 3-2, and South Alabama is currently 4-2. So we've got the winning teams in the last stretch of the season. So this stretch that we're going to go through today is going to be pretty crucial because Old Dominion, Southern Miss, Troy, and Coastal Carolina right now all have a losing record. So let's get that music pumping here as we get ready to rock and roll today. Another goal outside of setting us up for a good final stretch of the season is to fix this offense. It's been at an interesting point where we are a winning team ourselves, but frankly, the offense is not playing particularly well. Defense is helping us out a lot. We take a look at the Sun Belt. We are the second least scoring offense in terms of points per game and in terms of total points scored. Offensive yards, we are bottom 5. Yards per game, bottom 5. Per play, we're doing a little bit better. We're kind of smack dab in the middle. When it comes to passing, we are the 3rd worst. When it comes to rushing, we're about middle of the pack. So there's a lot we could do here with what we've got on roster. And we've got to work with what we've got on roster. So that was another thing I did in between the episodes, taking a look at the roster and kind of gauging how we've been going about this offense, Coach Moreau's offense, that veer and shoot with the kind of talent we've got around us. And it's not a perfect fit. We do have Armenta. He's not necessarily a true running quarterback. He doesn't have any mental or physical attributes or abilities. Decent speed, decent awareness, decent arm, with pretty much the only accuracy being short. And we've been trying to throw the ball a little bit more downfield than I think we should be trying to. So that's something we're going to take into note today. Braylon McReynolds has played amazing ball, and I hope to continue seeing him play amazing ball. I did hear some things that we should be getting some news on College Football 27 early next month. So I think we're still going to have plenty of time here to get through another season of this prequel series. And if we stay here, great, then maybe we do still keep around Braylon Reynolds. We do have to meet his playing style for that. But if we do move, well, then we could look to even bring him along with us. That would be something fun. As for the receivers, again, for this style of offense, veer and shoot, we need a lot more speed, acceleration, agility. This group doesn't have that. We've got one good guy in Jake Godfrey, and we've not done a good enough job of getting him the ball. Trujillo, though, I do really like. He's the closest next guy. So we're going to focus a lot more today throwing to the left side of our quarterback because that's where Godfrey's going to line up. And Trujillo is the slot guy. So we're going to really focus in on those two. But the man, the myth, and the legend early on here in this series has been Rylan Green. And he really has been a great player for us, leading us in receptions, yards, I think even potentially touchdowns, receiving touchdowns, that is. He is a senior, so he's not someone who's going to be moving on with us. And frankly, the ratings really aren't that crazy for how he has been playing. The game only has the career stats for 1 year. I don't know if they have that for all of the players' previous years prior to the game coming out or not. That would be something cool. If not, I would like to see that in College Football 27, just so we know the story of where these guys have been. Because I have a feeling the name sounds familiar enough. I think Rylan Green has played for some other teams. But that is the introduction for today. That is the plan. 4 games against some losing record teams. Get this offense moving up the stat sheet. Win these games and set us up for hopefully a conference title game and or a bowl game. So let's get on into game number 1 here today, so we're not taking up too much of your Saturday. Hope you guys have enjoyed a good start to your weekend. And there's not a whole lot of other options here. What about some red pants? I don't think we've worn red pants on the road yet. I think we did gold. Do we have a gray helmet? No, we do have a black helmet, though. Let's go with the red helmet and some red pants. A little shake it up a little bit. The teal. What's the black two? No, I don't like the white mask there. They're going to rock the teals. And that is us ready to get going. So let's jump on into game number 1. Let's take my face. That is not what I meant to do yet. Keep the music going. Get the face out of here. As we are on the road to kick off our experience here today. The records are flipped between this two. Coastal Carolina with that teal field, rocking the teal to try to blend in. They need this win. We need to keep this win to keep up with Texas State, the only team in front of us right now in the conference standings. Though last game, we did see all quarterbacks see playing time because our Menta struggled. Coach Moreau, a former NFL quarterback of his own right, can he get him sorted back right? That's what we're going to find out today. We are kicking this one off, so we're going to jump on into the quick view. So we see our offense take the field. Larson with a 66-yard kick and 21 yards to start, not necessarily promising. Better second play. Better third play. Now, can we get off the field here? Well, the pass is thrown away. They will punt away. And we're going to get that ball. So now's a good time then to pause up that music. Unlike last time where I kept forgetting to turn it off while we jumped into the game. So we're going to focus a bit more, like I mentioned, trying to find number 2. That's Godfrey spread out to the left. And focus in on a little bit more running. McReynolds here facing a great block shed. Number 20. Filled that gap quickly. Looked like McReynolds had nothing but space. Another guy to focus on, number 7, that slot receiver, though we're going back to the tight end, Rylan Green, plucking it out of the air. Need to see him continue to put up some big numbers. With his overall, the only way he's going to find his way to the NFL is by those numbers. So to the 32 we go here, back to the run game. Better block that time. And there goes McReynolds coming back all the way. He's at the 40, 30, 20. It's a foot race. Touchdown goes ULM. That's one way to get us going today. The longest run of the season. And it's a hard cutback to make it happen. McReynolds. Credit to the offensive line as well for opening up those blocks. Got some blocks downfield as well. All around team effort for that one. Probably should also sim these kicks. We all know how field goals and point afters tend to go around here. But a stunner to get us going today, and that has quieted out the crowd, I should say. See if our defense can keep this up. That's definitely a good way of getting our yards going a whole lot quicker here earlier on. Knocked away there by Levante Jacobs. I do believe we had an injury to one of our starting defensive tackles last time. And another one's down there in Jaden Hamlin. Talk about timing. 3rd and 10. Robinson knocks it away. Defense stands after giving up 1 first down, and we'll get the ball back. Starting back at the 3. We might actually need a little bit of some tighter formations here. Wouldn't be against some RPO, and you know exactly where we're going. Rylan Green with that RPO. We'll go that way, get him outside with some space. Lowers the shoulder into the DB. We'll collect 7. Give us at least a little bit of some breathing room. What's the line situation looking like in this one? Well, it doesn't look great here despite that previous drive having some better blocking. McReynolds chased down from behind, picks it up 2. And I think we could sprinkle in perhaps a little bit more read option. I think Armenta has enough juice down at the Sun Belt. We're going to hand that off to the man who gets the first down in McReynolds, but it's going to be coming back. It's holding on the outside. Something that did not affect the play, but affects the outcome of the play. Not going to get you some extra looks, Buckhalter, when I'm considering already trying to switch you out when I can. 3rd and 5, the rather. A hard count action, nothing free. Lay it out for Green, who gets the grab, but he's going to be short. So we're going to have to punt this one away, backed up inside our own 10. But hey, there you go. Pass completion number 100. Unfortunately, does nothing for us. We'll let the CPU punt that one away, see if our defense can bail us out with a very short field for the Chanticleers. Starting inside the 40. 15 yards, that's got him to about the red zone. Definitely inside it now, the 2nd and 8. 3 more yards to Jalen John, leaving 3rd and 5. 2 yards gained. Rough angle field goal, just kidding. They go with the fullback dive, taking it down to the 1. Little fullback love as Jalen John punches it in the next play. That's what a holding call, or was it holding or blocking the back from the receiver, can do. Turns what should have been a continuance of our drive into points the other way. Edward will come in. Will Moreau run more up-tempo pace when they get better talent level? Probably. With this style offense, most spread style offenses, that is exactly what they are designed to do. As Armenta coughs up the ball. And it's number 20 making another big play on 1st down. He gets the turnover sword. Well, that's fun. Why don't we have a turnover sword? Not that we're playing defense. Maybe that's something I'll add to my next list of what I want to see with our next team. We've definitely received a number of suggestions. Keep suggesting. And let's take a look at this next drive here, as long as I find the right thing to click. Chanticleer is trying to get the lead on their side following a turnover. He started at about the 22. It's a handoff that is stopped up. I believe that's Pullen, man, who keeps making the play for us. But getting back to what you said there, Edward, we might even increase that more this year as long as we start to catch a flow ourselves. That's going to be incomplete. Got a quarterback sandwich in the backfield just after the throw. That leaves 3rd and 9 at the 21. 2 spread either side. It's a 5-man send. Lofted, wobbly, back corner, and punched free. He almost had it. Now for a chance at the field goal lead. Right hash. And this one is good. Coastal Carolina takes the lead at home, coming off a turnover from Armenta. Now, if we do go to another school, which I do imagine could be the case after this year, even if Armenta does end up transferring, I don't imagine we're going to look to bring that man along. McReynolds is on our list. Potentially Trujillo. Potentially. Wouldn't be against some better speed, though, in the slot. Now, they are coming out here with some press coverage, though. That's tempting. Very tempting. See if we can get Buckhalter with that good release. Armenta just doesn't have it. And we have a holding on it anyway, so not going to pan out. Yeah, Armenta started the year off really well. Granted, that was against an FCS team. But I think as the season's gone on, he's kind of gotten worse. He's just not putting that ball out there like we expect. Might be some wear and tear, perhaps. Look for that cutback lane. McReynolds weaving through this defense, and once again, he sprung 50-40 and gets tripped up along the sidelines, trying to tiptoe. Still a great play here for the Warhawks as he catches his breath after another tremendous run, but could have been more there. Don't credit Aiden Armenta on that. Don't do that. We got a 1st and 10 here inside the Oppo 40. Probably the final play of the quarter as it's Galloway trying to cut left. He's tracked down at the line. We'll let this roll to the quarter break. Make sure we get McReynolds back out there. He's been the leader of this offense, and I think, in fact, we got to make sure he is captained after this game. You guys do help me out with that. Send a reminder at the end of this one. We'll make sure that man is rewarded. Him and Ryland Green, for sure. Ryland Green has played great. Armenta, at times, shows some splashes. He is a young guy. I want to say redshirt sophomore quarterback. As we start here with a 2nd and 10, they look to bring that blitz. Float it out, and it's going to be incomplete. Good job there from the trailing defender. Leaves 3rd and 10 here. Got to play to Armenta's game, though. Again, that last call a little bit more downfield than what Armenta's really capable of. That could have been a bad tackle. 4th and 3, good news. Armenta back up on his feet. Edward coming in with a love here for McReynolds. We got to convert here, and we're going to get it with that hard count. At least Armenta's got the bark. Got to have that around here. That is a staple of this channel for sure. We'll accept that. Quarterback blast. Seems fun, but probably not. Speed option seems better. Run it weak side. That's to the side of our best offensive lineman. Turn that a little bit more into a power run. Quarterback zone, perhaps. Leaving 2nd and 9. Need some more RPO calls. Haven't called too many today. Fire that one to Godfrey. Trying to get the ball in his hands a bit more today. The 3rd and 9 here. Get that hard count. We'll take the free yardage. We'll take free all day, every day. See who that was on. Gorman Welch. Much easier here with a 3rd and 4. Got Green to that back corner. We got him again. Who needs to run a 3rd down play? And you can continue to get them to jump off sides. Now, that is one thing I am curious, if it's easier to do that against teams with an average lower awareness or not, which typically the power sixes are, or group of sixes, I should say. The 1st and 10, and it's McReynolds trying to cut back left, stay up on his feet as long as he can. 4 rushes for 77 yards. Go a little bit of some hurry up there after. Down to the 10. Trujillo will get the ball here with the 1st down to the 5. Edward, what do ideal quarterback type for veer and shoot? Kind of depends on the style of veer and shoot. If you run a little bit more option heavy, I would say dual threat. But if you are really just focused on RPO passing, as Buckhalter's injured on the play, you could get away with a faster pocket passing quarterback. I normally don't go backfield creator. That's what Armenta is. He is a backfield creator. I honestly haven't found too many backfield creators that I particularly like in this game. The 2nd and goal, it's Ryland Green, and he didn't get the block on the outside from Godfrey, that's for sure. He just got chopped down. And now we got a 3rd and goal from the 6. Everyone spread far out to the right-hand side, leaving Godfrey over to the left. And it looks like McReynolds is going to be the culprit this time. He had a couple of those penalties last time we were out here. Now we play from the 11. That's one of the reasons that we are so low in scoring, is because we keep backing up when we get down to the goal line. Take the free play here. Toss it up, Trujillo, and he holds on. We can decline that penalty because the freshman has the score to take the lead back. 14-10 here, a few minutes inside the 2nd quarter. That's going to move him up our list of potential guys to bring along with us wherever our next stop is. I know there's a particular fella around here who would love to see some Utah State. Do we see Coach Moreau head over to the west side for a little bit? West-south, at least still staying in the south half. Because we all say west-south. That makes a lot of sense. Little kick coverage here, why don't we? And a penalty. Well, there's been a lot of penalties here in this series. I think more so than almost all of Kent State combined. We will, however, accept that, help out our defense a little bit. They've done a great job of helping us out. Get things moving back here. Again, 4 games to get through today. They've got a long field in front of them, facing a 3rd and 5 from the 13. And it is thrown away by Roquan Barber. We'll get the ball back. Great punt, though. Absolutely great punt. I don't think I want to start with a read option. It didn't work too well for us the previous time. That doesn't look too great out there for us either. Check the run type. Slightly different here, no pull. Because I'm going to hand this one off to McReynolds. Get that nice cut outside. He's by the 50, the 40, the 30, and shoved out at the 25 for a $120 on the day already. McReynolds is shredding the Chanticleer defense. I'm sure there's a pun in there about ground chicken as well. With about 5 to play here in the second quarter. A little bit of some play action, and that's a great rush. Armenta staring down Green. Didn't see the big boy in his face, Gorman Welch. Now they can back off into coverage a little bit. Check down there and a gain a yard. Prefer he actually able to make a play inbounds. Armenta threw it to the sideline. With an empty set for 3rd and 14. They almost jumped, not quite. This time they do hold their water. And a secured grab on the outside by Godfrey is about half the distance needed. Bring up a left hash field goal attempt here for Larson. Sitting around 50% on the season. And that one's going to sneak by that left upright. Better than what we've seen in the past. It's a field goal good to make it a touchdown game with under 4 minutes to play in the first half. Good little back and forth so far. Chanticleer's a little bit quiet to open up. They then rattled off 10 points, then gave up 7. Well, gave up 10, actually, for the 7-point difference. Washington going to get chopped down at the 24 and back over to the defense. We'll check out some defensive plays when they are a bit more crucial, we'll say. I wanted to say Belrog there with the first down, but not quite. And there's a big catch for Malcolm Gilly. The Oppo 40, about 38. 20, 2nd and 7. Sometimes you just combine words in your head, right? 3rd and 6. And it's Gilly back again with another first down as we are about inside the 2-minute break. Seems like we hit it there. And it's 12 yards to Jamison Tucker. They're trying to tie this one up before the break. 7 more yards to the 7. Passes thrown away defense. Can we get a stand here? No. Jamison Tucker to tie this game up. Less than a minute to play in the first half. We get the ball. We do have 2 timeouts and a touchback. I'd like to at least get into field goal range here. Keep in mind we can go a little bit more fast-paced. Because, again, the passing from Armenta downfield, not great. We also scramble around a little bit. Getting no block there from our crossing receiver. That's fine. We're on a little bit of some hurry up here. Again, just those 2 timeouts. A little bit more hustle back to the line would have been great. Off the mark. I don't know if the tackle there from the corner was necessary. The 3rd and 2. Again, with that hard count, free play, we'll get that first down. Crucial situations, always good to go with that hard count. Especially when defenses like to play aggressive. A 1st and 10 now at the 38. Gotta at least find some field goal range. Armenta looking to step up, but not going to get away from the big man yet again. He at least avoids a sack, picking up about a yard. Look for the check down here. McReynolds with that spin move. It's nasty. Back to midfield. McReynolds putting together a spectacular game here. We've got one more timeout. Probably about 15 yards away from safe field goal range. So if we could hit Godfrey on that deep end, that would put us in range. Penalty plus. We were off the mark yet again. Gaffney. Can't have you with these holds. Now we're 25 yards away. He's supposed to be our best offensive lineman. I think one of the highest overalls on the team just in general. 12 seconds to work with. And we're back on the other 41. That really would have been great if that wasn't a stop out there. If he continued that route, we would have had nothing but space. 8 seconds to work with, one timeout. We'll get 5 yards closer there. Coastal Carolina is going to be running a whole lot of sideline to sidelines. That takes us now to the 46. Look for maybe something over the cross in the middle. Trujillo got to get down to around that 35. Call the timeout. Try a field goal. Wobbly pass, and, well, we're going to have to try it here from the 42. If we didn't get that penalty, we would have definitely been in range. But let's try a 59-yarder. And that wind is working across us. Accuracy looks good, but the power's not there. Penalties once again causing a problem here as we hit halftime in a level ball game. 17-17 on the road. Warhawks, very much. Okay, we're allowing, I thought that was us for a second. We're allowing a lot more passing than we are running, which is good. First downs have been a problem. Giving up 4.5 yards a play, not going to get you stops. So we got to get back to what we were doing there in the first quarter, where we were stopping them, and McReynolds was leading this game across the board. A terrific game for him. We're going to need to see more of that in the second half. Good news is we start with the ball, which is why a field goal would have been great. Chance to take a 2-score lead early here in the second half, that is. Let's go back to the man who's been leading this game. Get us open here. Good broken tackle there. He does have a few physical abilities as well. I think they're bronze. That's why he's been a little bit more shifty compared to a lot of the guys he's going up against. Ryland Green with a good block. Almost crossed the man, and that is not what we want to see. Don't tell me our man is injured. We're going to see several different replacements depending on the formation until we get an update on him. Smith out onto the field here. And the blocking is nowhere near as good for him. It's going to be a bruised rib. We need that man healthy, so let's give him a little bit of a breather. He might return later. That means Armenta, we need you to step up. And Godfrey with a grab, make that secure with that guy lurking over the middle. I don't need another potential weapon for us going down. Safety walking down to that left side as well. A little 360 throw, and Trujillo only manages one. Now, Coach Moreau was an aggressive player. I imagine his play calls would only also be aggressive. So 4th and 2, sitting about the midfield line. McReynolds back in the game. He took his helmet from Coach, said, "You're putting me in here." Gets us that first down as he is at a $141. 8 carries. That's not to count anything he's done catching the ball as well. As Trujillo takes his time to get over to his spot. Can't keep leaving that one high. We're going to get bailed out, though. I agree with that call. Unnecessary. Not pass interference, but I would say unnecessary roughness. Free yardage, though, is free yardage. As the Warhawks move down to the 31 there with a fresh set. McReynolds in the backfield and met in the gap yet again. 20. What a game he's had. Lionel Whitaker injured on the play. Yeah, the number 20 for them has done a terrific job. Honestly, he looks like a guy I played with in high school. He wore 20 as well, played linebacker and a fullback, kind of running back hybrid. Pretty similar build from the look of it, too. So he's off the field here with a 3rd and 4. They look to bring that blitz, and it's Gorman with the play. 4th and 1. Got a fullback. I know we got a fullback on roster. Let's show that man some love here. It's a long one. Get that double. Renz. I need that first down from you. And he's going to get it. It's not going to be the 18-yarder that the Chanticleers had in that first half. But it gets the job done for us. We'll go hurry up. Nixon back pylon, perhaps. Oh, they take that one away. Look for the check down here. Back to Renz. Pick up 5, 4, 6. Whatever it ends up being, close enough. A number around there. Continue with that hurry up. I want to wear down the big boy group here. Where the Chanticleers almost had it. 13 saves a man who had the penalty earlier this drive to keep our drive alive. 1st and goal down at the 6. Galloway looking for some blocks or some dirty laundry in the backfield. Every time we get down inside the 10, we get hit with a holding penalty. Julian Nixon, well, let's get you off the field. First off, let's not see you out there for the next play. Give me a slip. I like running halfback screens inside the 20. We saw him up with that. Wow, let's try that again. We saw what McReynolds did with it the last time. This time they bring even more. And there's one man to beat, but they're not going to get him. The man, the myth, the legend continues to build upon an impressive first half with a 2nd touchdown today to give the lead back over to the Warhawks. Braylon McReynolds. That's got to be close to 100 receiving yards as well. He's definitely on our board. That's for sure. Wherever we end up moving along to. If someone could check with me right now, where is he playing next season? What am I looking for here? Change of possession. Actually, I need to just go into the normal one there because we're going to kick it away. It's going to be change of possession anyway. Yep. Now we can do change of possession. Yeah, if he transferred away from UL Monroe and is playing elsewhere, that just might increase another team's value. College football 27, and wherever Coach Moreau ends up, as there's Jalen John popping up the 29-yard rush. We've been good for giving up some of those every single game. They get the touchdown, and this battle continues. I accidentally skipped an offensive play, but it looks like that might have been a good thing. We are now up to the 39, whatever ended up actually happening there. We start about the 40. Did someone get Gorman out of here? That big boy's been all over the place. Gorham, not Gorman. Gorham Welch. Loco, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're having a good weekend. We got about 30 seconds left here in the quarter. And that's a great job of McReynolds to avoid the hit. A hospital ball from Armenta. Leaving 3rd and 9 here. Decent look out there, though. Nothing free, but we are going to snap this. Get a one-on-one downfield. Dropping it in the bucket. What a throw. Well, Loco, after that kind of a throw from Armenta, I'm doing a lot better now. It's been a long, long week, I'll say that. Multiple jobs having start or wake up times at least around 6 a.m. Up again at 6 a.m. this morning. I've been running a solid about 18 to 20 hour days for, I think, 6 of the 7 days this week. Going back to last Saturday, I should say. But it's been fun. It's been fun. We've had a lot of fun on this channel as well. This series, getting a couple streams in, bringing streaming a little bit more on in here. As, of course, we're back down inside the red zone, and there's another holding flag. That's a staple. That's a staple for sure. Need to get some better RPOs. See what we're working with here. Can't just keep running the same RPOs every time to our tight end. Talked about wanting to get Trujillo more involved. Gonna have to hand this one off, though. McReynolds. Lineman gets in his way, and he's down again. Hopefully not for the count. Although he's probably earned himself a bit of a breather, but we're trying to close this game out strong. 2nd and 12. They're really playing for the flats out there. Galloway doesn't have it. Edges do a good job of crushing in on that. Gorham as well. Got any decent crossing routes? I'll take cross Z dig. Trujillo. It all depends on what that star man does. Throw quickly. You leave that man open, and he's going to take it to the end zone. The freshman is back for more. A 31-24 lead in the 4th quarter. Good job, Armenta, of reading that one. Good call as well. Good call all around. Coach Bronson Moreau dialing up a great 4th quarter, we hope. The rest of it has looked amazing. Just got to keep building off of that. Got that extra point as well. Defense, now would be a great time to step up. Thrown away. 8-yard rush, not great. 3rd and 2. Thrown away. I'd imagine they punt this one. And that's indeed what they're going to do. We're going to get the ball about the 38 with the 4-yard return. And I would like to start chewing a little bit of some clock here. For the first time, the score didn't answer with another score. Galloway's in the game here. Let's see what the man can do. He's had a couple decent runs. Gorham, once again, in our way. We'll give the credit to the Chanticleer's defensive line. They've done a really good job. Linebacker rotation has done a decent job. Smith tracked down in the backfield, loss of 2. I think that's Abraham Diawara. Back-to-back plays. The 3rd and 12. Give me a slant on the outside there, as that play clock runs down to 1. Try to squeeze it in. It's off the hands. And Gorham Welch down on the field, grasping at that left knee. I think I combined 4 different words there, but we're going to ignore that. Grasping. I think I was also trying to say clasping. It was all similar. We don't do much there with that opportunity. Yeah, we're looking at another holding call on a punting play. All right, we still actually get a pretty good punt. 3rd and 7. Defense, once again, trying to put the clamps on here late. 3 and outs on back-to-back drives. 1 for each side. Another chance to run this thing through with 4:47. We take the field. They're loading the front side. All right, we're going to cut backside here with Smith. Risky to reach that ball out. Very risky. Get Galloway out here. Hopefully he won't be so risky. Send it out to him on that slip screen. Galloway down to the 40. Still going to run our style of offense, though, even though we are trying to milk some clock. Get that one back over to Godfrey. Of course, penalty comes down there late. I believe Fisher. Very undisciplined here down at the group of 5, or group of 6 now. I guess, are we still counting pack 8? Power or group? Change out of that. I don't like that. Give me an RPO here. Well, it would have been great if we had the cutback. Maybe not great, but it would have been better. Give me another cross. Second and 20. At the 50-yard line. Trying to run some clock. A bit of some play action. Fire that one in. Trujillo with a sticky pause. We'll say I was running through some practice before we jumped out here today, and Trujillo actually had a really nice one-hand snag at an RPO. The freshman might have some really good abilities down the line, but we're going to need more from you on that one, Riley Green. Ryland Green, I should say. Riley Green, I think, is the country singer. Now, we missed from similar range earlier. It was based off that power. And he put a lot more behind that one. We've got a 2-score lead here with Larson's 57-yard shot. A little bit of room to breathe. Let's see if our defense can just go ahead and shut the door on them here. Oh, Roquan Barber scrambling for 5. 4 more to Jalen John. 3rd and 2 as we hit the 2-minute break. They assumingly get the 2 yards there on the fresh set of downs. Another pass thrown away. It's 3rd and 10, 4-down territory. They do pick up 4. 4th and game, and that's going to do it. It should just be a kneel down, or I guess they're going to run it. Just kneel the ball. Kneel the ball. There's the kneel, and we're going to celebrate with that win. Once again, the offense, a bit of an up and down, but this time they put together a complete performance. Braylon Reynolds a bit shaken up throughout the game, but 2 touchdowns, a $157 rushing, I believe near 100 more receiving. He was the man today. Trujillo also with some big effects. Touchdown for him. Big catches along the way. We need to see a lot more of that. If Armenta can play more like he did in the second half continually, I think we're going to have a pretty solid season. Let's get back to the hub and get on into game number 2. But before we do that, we do need to give McReynolds, his captain's patch. Because he's definitely earned that. And it doesn't show Armenta having one. That's good. I don't think he should. Oh, and while we're at it, get that music going. Got to have something in the background here. Can't just be me doing everything. Set as captain. We're also going to give that to Ryland Green as well. There we go. What you guys have done has earned you a patch. Have fun with it. Next week we go. Again, plan is to get through 4 games today. We continue to at least stay up here with Texas State. We're going to see as we get into the next week what it's looking like there. Troy only winning in division, or in conference, I should say. Troy's now above us, despite the fact that they have a 2-4 record. That doesn't quite make sense. Looked like Texas State did lose, though. So we do jump in front of them, but Troy jumps us. That makes a whole lot of sense. Well, Troy, you are the next team we're going after. And this is back in our house. They are the higher-ranked team. 71 defense. Let's see if we can get McReynolds going yet again here. As we're going to jump straight on into the second game. And I think this time we wear the black uniforms. We haven't worn those ones yet. Now, why would the black set not use the black helmet? That doesn't make much sense. And why do we have white socks? We only have white socks? We can't run to the store and get some black socks? I'm gonna go straight black. Those white socks are throwing off the whole uniform. That's actually a pretty nice helmet. I like both of them. Just a slight different tee. Is that all we change? That's all they change. All right. Wear white and primary. How about that? I think wear solid white. That's enough messing around with uniforms. Let's get into game 2. Get my face back on out of here as well. Keep that music pumping, though, till we hit the field. With 4 wins for us on the season, 2 away from becoming bowl eligible, and a chance to jump to top of our division and conference with a win over Troy. Got to break out some new uniforms to do that. Is the crowd not too full? I don't know how I feel about that. The bottom of the stadium is, but the top looked a little empty. Got to get some more people down here. Throw some blocks, get outside. You know, maybe we got a little bit more acceleration. Braylon McReynolds, newly captain Braylon McReynolds. As you know, that's where we're starting. Got to get him established. How's the blocking looking today? Nothing spectacular. But that's also what it was last time, and we get swallowed up. So not exactly as good of a start as last time. Let's go the second and 12. More spread look here. Get the drag going quickly. Definitely got to focus on getting the passes out a lot quicker. That's definitely something just in general I need to work on. I'm definitely a developing pass kind of guy. Matchup out there. I mean, I need a sure first down, but that just looks too good. They ran him out of bounds. Force a penalty as well. Got the first down with Trujillo, but some more yellow on the field, and it's not the jersey numbers. So a 3rd and 14 then. DJ Gaffney yet again. One of this team's highest overall players making the mistakes. We're on some deep curls here. Everyone get to the sticks, stop, and turn around. Good coverage there from the slot. Needed a little bit better touch on that. Almost had that kind of touch. Not quite. But once again, penalties, problem. And our punter's not very good. But we will get the fumble recovery. How about that? Jaden Hamlin with the recovery and the offense right back out on the field. Troy not doing a whole lot with it. Look for that cut. Get the juke. Of course, backside with the big hit. You know McReynolds' eyes lit up with that cut. Still a good run. Still a good run. Little play action here. Come on. Why are you going sidearm there, Armenta? Ever heard of get to, was it get to 6? I think is what it was. No, get to 0. He definitely did not get to 0, but we might be looking for 6 here as he drops it over to Godfrey. We've got a touchdown celebration here as we finally get a deep ball with some accuracy. Came in a little bit low. Not going to lie, was worried about that. But it gets the job done. Jake Godfrey, fastest player for us on offense. And he beats Troy over the top. Good release. That's what we need to add. A little sprinkle of that in. Just a sprinkle. We'll see if our defense can keep making some big plays. Force the turnover on the first play of the last drive for them. This time they start at the 25, and it's going to be caught for a gain of 8. Going to their tight end. Though thrown away, leaves 3rd and 2 for Goose Crowder. That's a fun name. And he's going to get 2, but they're going to say not good enough. Dylan Howell, though, injured on the play. They do punt away, and we'll get the ball starting back at the 22. Home field advantage going our way. Start with a little bit of a spread look, a little something different here. Keep them honest. Find the soft spot, and Trujillo holds on yet again. I think we're going to try to bring this guy with us. He's making some plays today. And that was not a good spot on the throw from Armenta. Good touch. Bad spot. Bad location. Okay, McReynolds getting shifty in the backfield. Turn a loss of 3 into a gain of 3. That's a 6-yard flip. I'll take that every time. They bring the blitz. Risky throw, thrown with some mustard on it. At least coming in too hot for that DB to recognize. Otherwise, that's a pick going the other way. How about a 3rd and 7 then? As Armenta slips through with that cut, he's to the outside. First down. Jay Mickle, though, injured on the play. I believe starting right guard. We've seen him bow out of a couple games. Earlier on this year, he's done well of holding on. But gonna have to at least head to the sideline for this one. McReynolds, he's got 3 more. And it's a bruised rib. Probably not the easiest to play. Give him a breather. Let that rib settle down a little bit. Nice packet. Back to play action here. Another scramble. Armenta sliding down at the 23. That's kind of what he did against FCS, and the offense looked really good. If we can continue to see a little bit more of that. He's going to roll out here. Look for McReynolds. Had to turn too much. Couldn't quite get the juke there, but hey, we're going to take 7. Nothing wrong with a 7-yard gain on first down. That keeps you well in front of the schedule. An immediate flag. How do you hold so quickly? I mean, that's like you snap the ball and the first thing you do is grab the defender's face mask. Drew Hutchinson. You're not on my good list. And again, it was right when we get back into the red zone. Get at least something back for free then, why don't we? Just a little something back. There we go. Sometimes those take a little long. 2nd and 8. Better look here. I'm looking at you, Green. Nope, not looking at Green anymore. Looking at Trujillo over the middle. Turning up the freshman's down to the 5. Aiden Armenta with that catch and run has him at 100 yards passing. Again, I hit the snap button and it was already queuing a flag. Okay, that time it's on them. Okay. I was about to say, how do we already have a holding call? What are we looking like here? 1st and goal at the 3. That's an easy yes. I have some decent man coverage up here. We got it. Ryland Green back to the end zone. The tight end with the quick stop. And a subtle celebration. Looked like we might have had an injured player down on the field, though, in the end zone. Hopefully they're able to get up and come back on out because we've just taken a 2-score lead here at home. Nice RPO. They sent the blitz from the slot. Got to keep the kicking skills up every now and then. Is that a baseball field with a track around it in the back? I don't know why it took me this long to notice that. Interesting. All right. Well, let's see if our defense can keep this 2-score lead intact then. Deuce Crowder, love that name. As he finds Zariah Beeson for 11 yards in the first down. And now Rara? That's a name I have not seen before. I like it. A little something new in there. As the first quarter comes to a close with a 21-yard pass to Peyton Higgins. The second quarter underway as Troy's trying to find their first points of the game. Slowing down here just outside the red zone. It's 3rd and 4, and it's thrown away. Field goal opportunity at least, and they're going to hit it through, make it 14-3. We'll get the ball back here with plenty of time to go in the first half. How about a little bit of some pre-snap motion? What's the coverage looking like on the outside? I don't love it. Let's change out of it then. And get that ball into the hands of Mick Reynolds for another first down run. 31 yards on 5 carries for him. It's a great start. That's about 6 yards per carry. Well, based off of what he was doing last time, it's nothing fancy for sure. Armenta with a scramble and the slide. The offense seems to be playing a little bit more balanced, a little bit more to themselves here. So now would be a good time to introduce a little bit less holding. A little bit less holding would be great to introduce, as that's on the man who was injured earlier in this game. We're going to cut him some slack because of that injury, but you only get one. But what I was trying to say is I think now would be a good time to introduce a little bit more hurry up. Godfrey again with that press coverage on the outside, though this time looks like safety help over the top. That means I might attack something over the middle. Just enough on that wingspan there from the cover man. That's a free safety lot, able to jar that one away. 3rd and 12. Give me the free play or not. And we're not going to get to the line to gain there, just about half the distance. Now, they've been playing a little aggressive. Interesting play design. I kind of like it. Try to get them to flow outside, have them cut inside. But before that, make sure everyone's set first. Hardtown almost getting them to jump here. Now they do. I'll take that free play. And we'll just toss that one out because it didn't open up like I was hoping it would. That's why you take free plays. Make this a 4th and 2 then. Elijah Davis, the culprit. Go drive. I want that dig. Or not dig, the drag. I want Buckhalter. So I wouldn't be against Godfrey if he gets free. It's got the green on the matchup. Get the first down, though. Buckhalter, right side, and injured along with Mickle on the same play. That'll stop up the clock then as they head to the sideline. For Buckhalter, it's that leg came down on it a little bit rough. Knee perhaps maybe bent the wrong way. And it's a keeper here, Armenta, as he looks to get close to not having the first down there. Ray Mickle, you can head to the sideline. 2nd and inches out here. Lined up in the middle of the field. I like the hat on hat. We're going to change that to a run. Good double to the backer, and there goes our running back, cutting back to the outside. If 11 wasn't there, he was gone. Another good run with some good blocking in front for Mick Reynolds. 642 yards on the season, about at the midway point of the season. So definitely on pace to surpass 1,000 yards. See a little RPO in the mix here. Maybe if we run some RPO at this point, we will stop having holding calls. At least there wasn't one on that play. We just didn't gain much. About 1 yard. Buckhalter, can you get your thing off the screen? No? We're going to leave it up? Cool. Not going to block our vision or anything as we go to the end zone. We don't need the full screen. We've got the touchdown. I want to say his name is Griffin, but I don't know. He only rotates in occasionally. Brandon Buckhalter right now trying to hog all the screen time, and it's Tyler Griffin with the touchdown. And we extend the lead here against Troy for the top of the Sun Belt. Boys came ready to play. 21-3 midway through the second quarter. And it's thrown away by Goose Crowder. Then he responds with 17 to Higgins. The name like Goose Crowder, you got to make it to the NFL. That name's just too good. 27-yard rush, Goose Crowder. Of course, we're getting penalties as well on defense. Beeson. Injury, though, for Troy's offensive lineman, Malik Ellis. Leaves second and 1 at the 4. And it's a touchdown to follow Ethan Connor. And that is 10 points for them here, I believe in the second quarter alone. Leaving this an 11-point ball game. About 3 minutes and some change for us to work with before halftime. So we're not in a big rush by any means. Take a little bit of our time, but definitely want to leave with another field goal at the minimum. Loft this one out to Ryland Green. This is the play we want to see from our quarterback, Aiden Armenta. 3 touchdowns today, about $160 through the air. Gonna look to get back to the line here quickly. Post-celebration, that is. Checking out of that, though. You're just going to leave one guy deep. I'm going to try to stretch it. Got to make him pay. Back out to Green. A wobbly pass is incomplete. Armenta unable to step into that throw. At the 48, they are plus side. And spinning off a tackle, then laid out by a big fella. That's going to be your running back in McReynolds. Leaving a 3rd and 8. Well, hard count, free play here. And another big hit by the big fella. Might need an ice bath ready at halftime here for McReynolds. We'll take the free 5, leaving 3rd and 3 at the 41. And I'm feeling a little bit of a screen here. I would not mind it, though. Actually, let's leave our running back out of this one. What's it looking like? Seems decent. Trujillo. You can't drop that, my guy. You had nothing but space. The block's actually set up. It's right. He knows we're aggressive anyway. 4th and 3 with 2:04 on the clock. And we get them to jump. They just can't hold their water, which is good because they know how to sack a quarterback. We'll take the free 5 and the first down. That's definitely a buzzkill for them. But honestly, it's what they get, considering they're 2-4 and somehow in front of us in the conference champion or conference standings. We'll get it out eventually. We go through the 2-minute break there. Extra free little bit of a breather for us. To McReynolds with some oxygen. And there's a good grab from Godfrey. Spread out wide to the left. Plays very close to that sideline. It's another big part of the veer and shoot. It's very spread wide. Tries to open up this center of the field for you. Go to the shallow here. First down for Godfrey. Dipping out of bounds at the 21. See if we could get a little bit of love in here for the receivers. One thing I don't like as much with the veer and shoot is you can't see out there. I'm actually going to check out of that. Plus, it's hat on hat anyway out there, and that's not good for a wide receiver screen. But it is good, though, for a Braylon McReynolds. Not touchdown. But a first down inside the 5. There was a name that almost slipped out there. Now I can't even think of what it is. What was I going to say? Braylon Davis? I don't think that's it. Oh, no, there was something there. Nothing like a little bit of some pass interference on a pass behind the line of scrimmage, so it doesn't necessarily count as the pass interference. We'll flip it the other way then. And we're going to get our man back into the end zone. Little tight end love action around here because I've missed the use of the tight end in Kent State's triple option pistol type of offense. We got it going a little bit here this year, but Ryland Green has been something else here and a backbone of this offense. Another new team captain as well. And that's a smooth sailing drive, perhaps not taking enough time off the clock. As long as we don't give up anything cheap here inside. A minute and a half to go in the first half. Crowder throws away. Runs for 3, faces 3rd and 7, and it's thrown away. So we will get the ball back here with 3 timeouts and 43 seconds to work with. Starting close to midfield as well. I would not mind a shot play. What do we got here? Little PA invert. They're playing backed off, though. Check out of that. Might look for Trujillo quick. Or we'll go Green over the middle. Not for much. They did back everyone back into coverage off the snap, so changed the look there for us. Go back over the middle here. Trujillo with the first down to about the 30. We will call a timeout there. We've got them to use. Might as well utilize them. Go X under. I would love to get a nice corner route. But they're playing rather far out for that. If anything, Green may carry. Give me a one-on-one matchup in the end zone for Green, and it's off his hands. We may not have the Moss mentality there for that. We still got 19 seconds to work with here. A little bit of running into our quarterback on a halfback screen is fine. We'll get that block, get out of bounds. We got 13 seconds to work with and 8 yards away from the end zone. On a corner. And that wide dig. Come out with a heavy look. Might get him to bite down. See if we get Green open. Doesn't look like it, but we will float this one out for Sullivan, who can't catch. That's a shame. Like the route concepts, though. Maybe second and 10. 9 seconds left. A little back shoulder. Okay, they don't have that either. I think that pass might have been a little too high anyway. 5 seconds to work with. Got to look for something quick here. Or throw it away. Look for a field goal. Up to Sullivan and swatted away. Why not? We'll call a timeout there. Settle in our kicker Larson to try to extend that lead. It's a 35-yarder from the left hash. Make sure we get a good enough angle on this one. Might have been a little too much, but it is inside. We'll tack on 3 and take this one through the break. Well, we may have been one of the lowest scoring. Don't mind the guy who's still down in his stance. He doesn't know what's going on. Well, we may have been one of the lowest scoring offenses in the Sun Belt in all of college football through the first about half of the season. Last 2 games, we've turned it on. 4 catches, 38 yards, but 2 touchdowns for Ryland Green. And in this one, we've done a little bit of a better job of spreading that ball around. We haven't seen as big of a focus on one thing, and I think that's helping us out a bit. Troy, though, will have the opportunity to start the second half with the ball and see if they can eat into this deficit. It is a difference of 21 points. It's not just us holding. Love to see it. Hagan's going to pick up 4. It's 2nd and 16. Make it 3rd and 12. And that pass is incomplete. We get ball still up by 21. I wouldn't mind already in this one starting to chew clock. It's not how the offense is built. It really isn't. But we still got a couple games to get through. We've been here for just over an hour. We're looking at about a 2-hour stream here today. And there's some space for Mick Reynolds. as he flips the field. 2 yards short of a century mark. We got to get this guy a little bit of a better offensive line and see how much damage he can do. Are they bracket covered in Godfrey? You that scared of him? There was some play action here. How about you be scared of our tight end? Great coverage. Absolutely phenomenal work there. Especially from a linebacker coming back underneath to break that one up. You don't see our guys doing that much. I like the north mentality there. Got to the outside, saw him coming crashing in. Just get north, get what you can. I don't like that. We'll stick with the run. 3rd and 6. Nick Reynolds really needed to slip that tackle. He was a 4th and 4. You guys know what we're doing. It's nothing crazy. You've seen it all before. Know exactly what we're going to do. Slightly different design, though, set up just in case they do jump. Nothing there. Okay. They're holding their water. Give me Trujillo. Okay. No way they say that's not a first down. We're going to challenge that. Coming down from Coach Moreau, he said challenge that. He trusted the freshman. I mean, if we don't have that, it's by mere millimeters. We might have to jump into a replay just to see. They say no, we don't get it, so we lose a timeout. How close was that? I mean, when does the guy get down there? When does the ankle, looks like ankle touches first or mid-shin? That is very close. I mean, hair length away from the first down. Honestly, I think it might still be a first down. You let me know leave your thoughts. What do you think? First down, no first down. Either way, it's not our ball. And a penalty on Troy. That's karma. Both drives to start the second half begin with a holding call. Though 28-yard hit to Peyton Higgins. They need some points on this drive. 3rd and 7. And they only get 6. Now at the 40, do they go for it? No. Field goal missed. How's your luck? We've been there before. Score stays 31-10. Crowd pretty quiet. Looks like a little bit has thinned out. Nick Reynolds with the carry. He's going to pick up 3. Yeah, I feel like I might need to find either a other team's veer and shoot offense or make my own, because I'm just not a huge fan of some of these RPOs. Ryland Green, though, with a first down. Love those RPOs. I will say that. The tight end RPO has been a fantastic set for us. And sticking to the run there because it was not looking good outside. Eric Shaw, though, he knew what was coming. 2nd and 13. Flip this one back out to the tight end. Get north. That'll pick up about 9 on the play, leaving 3rd and 4. Don't want that. Not a whole lot of great options for what I'm looking for in this spot. Would like a little bit more mesh in the mix. Look for Trujillo, perhaps. No. Well, we'll just step up instead. Armenta read the big boy getting around the center. He did not want to get hit by him again. Maybe 1-2 plays here before we hit the 4th quarter. And we're looking for our big, tall receiver, but he's covered well. Let's get a draw in here. I don't think I've ran much draw here. Sprinkle in a little something new, get them backpedaling. Got to make one man miss. That's a key part of running the draw. 3rd and 9 we will have after the 4th quarter break. In a 21-point ball game, it has been all Warhawks in this one. Troy with a couple good drives there in the 2nd quarter, but that was about it as we try to take over the lead for the Sun Belt. Here's what the rest of the league is shaping up to look like. The Warhawks looking to continue their win streak as their offense has come alive. Now, as we mentioned at the beginning today, this was the portion of the schedule that we should see that happen. It's the lightest portion. Some losing teams. We just got to take advantage. That ball's on the ground, and it's going to be recovered by Troy. Williams able to jump on it. And Armenta with another turnover on the season. He's kept the interceptions clean. I don't know if it played the sad song or not, so let's just try to cue it up again, just in case, because it is sad. A fumble as the big man, the DT, rips right through the center. That could be a big way to begin the 4th quarter here for Troy, especially if they could build upon that. Fortunately, it's dropped by Thomas, doing Goose Crowder wrong. 3rd and 3, and it's thrown away. Do they go for it here in the 4th? They do, and they get it. 6-yard pass to Beeson. And then knocked away. Godzi. Thrown away. Another quick 3rd down. And it's 4th and 10 now. Thrown away. We take over plus side. Got to take advantage of that. Let's make sure we do have chew clock on. Get some running going here in the 4th. Drain some clock. They've got number 19 lined up as a 3-tech. We should be shoving that guy off the line. But next to no push, good news, there's a cutback lane, and McReynolds is popping up for another big one. Carrying that rock down inside the 30. He's continued to put together a great set for us today. He's been the leader of this team, and they're trying to block him up again with the instant penalty. This better be on the defense because McReynolds has taken that one to the house, and it looks to be on Levine. Lining up a little too close and still not making the play. We will decline that penalty. We've got a Warhawks touchdown. And the siren just keeps going. Make this 38-10. Troy should have never been put in first. Well, what we're going to do after this game, before we get into the next one, is we're going to check those team stats and see how much, just in these 2 games, we've jumped up the offensive board here, as it is 4th and 4. And it's thrown away again. Another short field with 6:11 on the clock. Honestly, this wouldn't be a bad point to put in the backups to keep some of our starters healthy. And I'll say this. This is a touchdown. We'll do just that. Though, I need McReynolds to come out here. I need you to stop up that safety for just a little bit. He still bails outside. We'll step up, make sure we don't lose any yardage on that play. I think making the play call change in general ruined it because he moved into a tighter look. Tighter split, I should say. We played some decent linebackers. They've been flowing well. And you have to have good linebacker play against a veer and shoot offense. Puts a lot of pressure on the linebackers. Griffin with the first down to keep that clock on moving. Aiden Armenta over 230 yards passing in this one. He thought he might have had another right there. Instead, it's just a gain of 5. 157 yards rushing for Braylon McReynolds. Check that into a front side run. Had a counter called up. Again, that's a good linebacker play. Break off the block, make the tackle. Force a 3rd and 5. A hard count in there. Give it to me for free. See if that is a first down or an inches situation. Any moment now. It is going to be 3rd and inches. Let's get Renz out here. Got to make sure we get a good block up front, though. What's it looking like up there? Guard play looks good. Linebacker play might have been better, and indeed it looks like it is. Run it back. Same formation. Give me the sneak. Especially when they've got the middle just straight up vacated. Actually, I would love to change this to the fullback run. Try. We'll get what we get. Get what we get, and we won't throw a fit. It's a first down here, as we're going to let that clock run inside 2 to play. And we'll see if they decide to call a timeout here. Trailing by 28, I would doubt they would. We'll see if the game lets us just run this clock out nonetheless. So I guess to do that, I needed to take a knee there. Either way, we'll see if they call a timeout here. If not, then we will just knee it. And no timeout comes in. We'll bring out the kneeling team. Victory formation. Let that clock continue to run down a little bit more. Inside a minute 30, 38-10. That is back-to-back games. We put up around 35 points, if not more. I know the game's not going to do the auto finish. It's going to make us wait a little bit longer. That celebration tone. Make sure we're inside 40 here. We'll call that. Kneel down there. Let this clock run on out. We've got a dub. Fortunately, we got to wait around for a little bit longer. Could be cheeky and take an extra field goal here. Watch this get returned. That would be karma. Karma is not a guy on the Chiefs. It's taking a late field goal when it's not needed. I guess you could say this is a note then to the board for putting them in front of us. Larson will tack on 3. A rude way of finishing this game. But we come in here and absolutely demolish Troy, who was sitting pretty happy the fact that they were put in the first place spot in the Sun Belt, despite having a losing record. And we also hand them their first Sun Belt loss of the season. Meanwhile, we stay perfect in the Sun Belt and now should be put in first place ourselves. If not, hopefully we treat the next team the exact same way. You know what I did that whole time, that whole game? Not turn off the music. You know, there's a lot going on in the background here. Hopefully it wasn't too distracting. No one said anything, so I don't imagine it was too distracting then. Maybe just more so when the music was playing. Both music, the celebration and the sad plus the background. Guess we'll just let that keep on rolling then. But a good first 2 games. We're halfway through our set for today. Hopefully, whoever we end up with next year is doing a good job in recruiting. Southern Miss, they are 4-3, so they have done a good job over this stretch. In fact, let's see who they've been playing. I feel like there was something else I was going to do after that game. Check the team stats. That's what it was. Southern Miss, where you at? So they had a high-scoring shootout against Georgia Southern. Then absolutely ran all over the Raging Cajuns. A very similar scoreline to what we just had. So it should be a good one then. I know Southern Miss has cropped up inside the playoffs in a couple different series I've had. They are a 72 overall, probably more of a 72.5. And those team stats, how are we doing? Are we climbing here? We should be. We went from being one of the lowest scoring offenses to at least now not one of the lowest scoring. We're still pretty low, but we moved from second. We've climbed our average about 5 or so points per game. We're doing a lot better there. Offensive yards per game, we are now inside the top 6, 7. Inside the top 6. Passing yards, we're still bottom 4. But we've been running very well, and we're now the second best rushing team in the Sun Belt, right behind Southern Miss. Of course, Southern Miss also happens to be one of the best passing teams. So they're just continually putting up a lot of points, a lot of yards. So this might be another a shootout game. Not necessarily a blowout like what we just had. And they're highlighting Ryland Green. Now, we should be at the top here of the Sun Belt, and indeed we are. Southern Miss has lost a game in conference. Old Dominion undefeated as well in conference. So let's see how long these two undefeated teams can stay alive here. Edward, best pass yards per play in conference. Pass yards per play. Yards per game. They don't have that. Oh, there it is. Just kidding. In conference, not overall. Well, Georgia has 7.5 if you're curious. We're actually the ones throwing the deepest. Now, that's a stat that I don't agree with. Well, it's yards per play, not passing yards per play or per pass. So there's not exactly a way to answer that dead on, but the passing yards per play is not my favorite stat because it uses incomplete passes as well. So it drags down really what your quarterback is actually passing. So I don't really like those. I think it's to be passing yards per completion, not per attempt. That would give you an actual indication as if a quarterback is a short, medium, or deep thrower. And then you could take a look at completion percentage, more so for accuracy. Obviously, wide receiver drops affect that, or just target drops, I should say, affect that. But we could go into a long talk about stats if we really wanted to, but that's not what we're here for. We are here to jump in to game number 3. And I think we're just going to rock the ice outs. Like we haven't worn those in a little bit. They have black pants, go white. Or do they have a gold set? No, that would have been fun if they had a gold helmet. What about a gold jersey? I like that. Let's do that. Reverse Pittsburgh Steelers. Take my face out of here because we got another game to go to. That music, I will try to do my best to remember to actually pause it so it's not going the whole time. But we are on the road to Southern Mississippi. And they actually have, it looks like a semi-custom walkout. What's the stadium look like here? Actually kind of nice. For this level. Now, what is their overall out the gate? I still want to build a team, but Southern Miss looks to have a pretty nice facility. Was it around 40K seats? Might need to take another look here. Southern Miss. Talking about wherever we end up going for college football 27. Again, heard some things that, the news should start to roll out early June. And it's supposedly going to look a little bit different than it has in the past. I don't know what that means. I haven't found anything officially from EA saying that. I've just seen some videos, so take that as a grain of salt. But it's a 3rd and 10 here. And Southern Miss is going to have to punt this ball away. They gain just 1 yard and give us a short field starting the Oppo 45. Let's get us settled on in here. And yeah, sure, stack the weak side. That looks good to me. Get McReynolds plus side with a good block downfield. Mickle helping lead the way. Now can we take the top off here or look to go? You know, I don't want to ever tell someone how to do their job. But as a receiver, letting a pass bounce right off your chest, probably not the best way of doing your job. Pretty good pass there, finds Trujillo. A little bit high. Could have used that lead a little bit more. But I'm not going to complain. With a 1st and 10 down to the 11. Looking for a quick score here. And the spin move is nasty. McReynolds embarrassing the man on local television. And it's going to be a keeper here. Armenta, you got to stretch the ball. Come on, man. Everything was in but the ball. At least it's got them on notice. Change it up here. So they're keeping an eye on him with that safety walk down. Well, here comes the guy from the outside to help stop it. Little slip screen action. 2nd and goal at the 2. Galloway checks in. And Luff, great job, Fisher. Left guard gets in the way. Armenta putting a little too much loft on that one. Blame can definitely be spread. Speed option. And it's the speed of McReynolds for the opening score here against Southern Miss. Expectations are for a shootout. But it is the Warhawks defense who got the stop. Gave the ball to their offense who scores first. Wow. Who scores first and puts them in driving position here. Larson with the point after. It's 7-0 on the road. A very disappointing looking crowd. Let's see if the second time around is going to get the job done. They do start off with 5. It's better this time. 5 more is a 1st down. And they lose 2. 3 straight plays, all to the same man. Make that 4. Matt Jones. And a 3rd and 12. And they're going to pop up for 25 yards to Chuck Montgomery. Braylon Braxton seemingly chucking it out to him. Elijah Metcalf with 12 more yards. And now they're moving until David Gonzi gets in the way. And now it's going 26 yards the other way. This is what we need, our defense to step up. Outranked by, I think it was 5 to 6 points. And there's a quick stop in the backfield. Who lets a defensive tackle wear the number 7? Everyone knows if you're a defensive tackle and you're wearing a number that's a single digit, it's a 0. The only acceptable way. And Armenta looking to scramble forward here on a play that's going to go backwards. Laundry down in the backfield seems to be holding. Believe that's the center. Indeed it is. Drew Hutchinson. Still on my bad list. That leaves 2nd and 24 here. Just casual. As they look to bring that blitz. Loft that over the middle. And we'll pick up some. 6 yards before we were flattened. That was Buckhalter. 3rd and 18. What do we got? A little hard count there. No offers. And throwing that one incomplete. Southern Miss defense finally shows up. It's back over to them, seeing if they can answer. Needing some points here. It's been a little quiet. I've had a couple big plays pop up, but then it just disappears. 3rd and 4. And they only get 3. Again, 3 straight plays to Matt Jones as we go through the first quarter break. Assuming we're going to get the ball here. Maybe? They still, I don't know what's happening. Somehow they still have the ball. I don't know. And it's 17 yards there. I don't know what happened. There was a sack at least. And incomplete leaves 3rd and 15. And again, they should be punting the ball here. They must have went for it on that previous 4th, which would have been risky as far back as they were. The touchback hits, and we'll take the ball starting at the 20. Couple minutes inside the second quarter. We don't have the hat for a hat here, but if McReynolds can find a way to squeeze through, it's a big hit. Unfortunately, it's no gain. Now we got the hat on a hat. Check back to another run. Get our man in some space. McReynolds weaving through the defense for a first down. Call it 14. Another RPO into the mix here. See what we're looking at. Go outside. Would have actually done well if Trujillo went to do his assignment, which was block the outside defensive back, but you know, gain a yard at least. More play action here, and that's not good. Interception. I'm pretty sure I jinxed us earlier with saying our man hasn't thrown interceptions in a while. He threw the drag well behind, straight to the Southern Miss defender. That's going to set them up with a short field. That can end up being very costly. Gives them some momentum as well. They hit 20 yards to Chandler Pittman. 2 more yards to Pittman. There's Matt Jones. Was wondering if he was injured. It's a 3rd and 4 here. They get 4. This time it's enough for a 1st and goal and a touchdown to follow, tying this game up. About midway through the second, a touchdown coming off the pick from Armenta. We'll be starting once again at the 25. Once again, we got the hat situation. So let's check this to a run. It's a nice pull there. McReynolds with some more space and about another gain of 14-15. Sitting around 50 yards for him on the ground. And a keeper here, Armenta, he just gets straight north into a crowded box. He gets flattened. I don't think he saw that 2nd and 3rd defender coming in. 1st and 10, though, nonetheless. Good adjustment on that throw. Buckhalter gets the grab, turns up, makes it a gain of 7. And having to deal with a lot of receivers that aren't necessarily built for this style of offense. So to run a little weird at times. I guess he's used to throwing to a 7'9" receiver with a 50-inch vert. 3rd and 3. And that is a great job from number 7. I don't think it was meant to happen like that, but it ends up being a great job nonetheless. He was kind of lazy in his rush, but it just kept him unblocked for a moment. And that moment helped him secure that stop. And close to the mark. They're going to say 1st down. Let's go hurry up here. Or actually, it's going to hit 2-minute break anyway. No booth review, though. That's what we're looking for. No review on that because it was close. Trujillo had one not called in a previous game. And immediate flag. Love it. Just slide on down because Fisher's holding again. Can't remember what it's called when you go fishing in quotation marks or catfish and you just stick your hole in the ground, or like you stick your fist in a hole and try to like pull out the fish. There's a much better way of saying that. I'm sure someone around here knows what that's called. But that's apparently what Fisher is trying to do and why he kept getting holding calls, which we've got another, and it's on Fisher. That's great. Let's make it 1st and 30. All right. McReynolds, we need you. Yeah, I really can't remember what it's called when you're trying to get catfish. I think you wear like a mitt on your hand still, but stay in bounds. I don't know. Can we? I mean, they blew the whistle. I don't know if he stepped out of bounds there. If he didn't, he would have had space. Picks up 5. And go right back to it. Get a convoy for us out in front. Buckhalter, you got a job to do, but the spin move almost gets it done. From a 1st and 30. We've got a 3rd and inches. Back-to-back screen plays and a well-earned breather. Smith checks in. He gets a whole lot of space. Big man hustling downfield, though, to get the stop down at the 13. Zario Smith, the running back there. Do not have the hat count here, so let's change that. And just before the sack, he lays it out there for Godfrey, who does reel it in. Penalty, or not penalty, timeout, mind you, called. Southern Miss. How many players landed on top of Armenta? Maybe could have been a penalty. This isn't the NFL. And he's not. Mahomes. I did it almost again. Another timeout. I told you I woke up at 6 a.m. this morning. Been a long day. We're still going here. The 3rd and 2. Hat count not great. Nothing for free either. Armenta rolling out, plus with a penalty. We're still not getting a first down there. Now, with us not getting that first down, they might decline that penalty. Is that on Tubbs? No, Tucker. Why is Tucker in? They do decline, and I'm inclined to go for it. At least line up, see what it looks like, make a decision from there. We've got timeouts. Would be really good if P sends. We're going to risk it. And we're going to get it to Ryland Green for the touchdown. And even more importantly, there's no penalties on the play. The lead is back in the hands of the Warhawks. In the talons? In the talons of the Warhawks. Make it 14-7 at the break. And just to prove I'm not crazy here, before we move on here, let me just do a quick Google. Catfish fishing with hand. Was that turned on? Noodling, that's right. Noodling. Fisher, our left guard, has been noodling a lot. That's why he keeps getting called for the holding calls. Let's move on here. Edward, what you saying here? McReynolds plays like ex-Eagles running back Brian Westbrook and LaShawn McCoy. I don't know if I'd go full Westbrook because of the speed, but I see what you're saying. I definitely see what you're saying. He's got that agility that I would say I've definitely seen Westbrook and McCoy break out. There's a guy whose name was on the tip of my tongue that I think is very similar to. I would say a healthy, maybe first couple of years in the NFL, although I think he had injuries then too. Austin Eckler. We've got ball. And I accidentally went a play because I was trying to think of the guy, Austin Eckler. And now we are facing a very long second down. That means we need a little bit of McReynolds. Yeah, I'd say similar to Eckler. Just get that outside. We need the hustle, cut inside, and pick up the first down. He's a cheat code. He's a cheat code. As I Googled noodling, I feel like I could Google this guy real quick. Braylon McReynolds. So he's played at South Alabama and Louisiana Monroe. I was looking at his sports reference page here. Interesting. Looking at it, it classifies him as a junior. It looks like he was redshirted one of his years at South Alabama, but this would have been his 4th year in college football. So I don't know if he was granted 2 red shirts. He played in 11 games his freshman year, 12 last year. Yeah, it just shows him as a sophomore there. That's confusing. All this playing 8-7 years in college football has just, it's been weird. Yeah, just label some true sophomore. Not showing any red shirts, but it's not showing red shirt on anyone. Okay. So I think he is still a red shirt sophomore, so he must have been red shirted twice. Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. If we have any ULM fans who wants to fill us in, or some South Alabama fans, do please let me know. But either way, it looks like we've got him in this game at least for a little bit longer. We'll see about College Football 27 as Armenta looks to scramble. Shake some contact. He's still going to the Oppo 45. A shy him 1 yard on that, 46. Look to maybe stretch things out a little bit here as they walk down. Send this one downfield for Godfrey. Need a little bit more in front. Just a little bit more. Good recovery, though. Good coverage. Can't necessarily say good recovery. Risky throw. Throw it out late, but hey, that's actually going to work out pretty well. Buckhalter comes in for it. We're going to pick up 8 on basically a blind throw. Don't do that. But do this. Throw to a wide open guy. Trujillo making another play for us. I'd say this has probably been the best I've done at really moving the ball around. Obviously, we've gone to McReynolds a lot. But we're getting a number of different guys involved in this offense, and I feel like typically my offenses can really become fixated on certain talent. Though obviously when we've had some of the guys that we have had, that's going to be an ice bath later. Like Nate Maddox. Yeah, we're going to get Nate Maddox the ball as much as we could. Tank Hawkins, we're going to get him the ball as much as we could, because those guys were just so good and big difference makers. B.J. Gaffney now injured as we face a 4th and 2. Asen Kelsey was really good, and we used him so much that we ruined his career. Now, we could be risky here, but I want to make sure we take a 2-score lead. Plus, with our left tackle out, let's get Larson out here. You better hit it. There you go. Field goal good. You know what I didn't do? And I said I was going to try to remember. Pause that music. At least only half the game. There's just, you know, got to commentate. You got to play the game. You got to play a switchboard over here, too. There's a lot going on. At least it's some good music. Edward saying, not a ULM Warhawk fan, but McReynolds transferred to UAB Blazers. He's with UAB now? I'll let you guys in on a hint. UAB is one of my top options right now for College Football 27. It's not locked in. There's still a lot of things I need to see. Why I'm not choosing defensive plays. There's still a lot of things I need to see. I need to see the entrances really for College Football 27, who has, I don't know, some new ones this year if they expanded upon that. But I was looking at some schools in the Southeast, and, you know, UAB, not that long ago, didn't exist. I think it was for, 2 years they closed the program. But, I mean, Good-sized stadium for what I remember. I want to say they already have a semi-custom entrance. Is that a fourth down conversion there? So, I mean, they're an option that's in the mix. And I don't know if they've got our boy here. That might even push them a little bit further up the list. Meanwhile, Southern Miss just tic-tacking their way down the field right now. As we hit the fourth quarter, Edwards saying that on 3, it did say that he transferred. I'll check that out just to make sure. But yeah, that's it. Very interesting to know. He's been playing really well in this one. And a 4th and 1 here, trailing by 10 in the 4th. You're at you're at the front side 7. Do they go for it? Do they take the points? We took the points. They also take the points. Back to a touchdown game. Why am I jumping like I'm about to get into a play? They still got to kick the ball off here. Get a little antsy. We don't want to see any antsiness here. We were talking about this was going to be a shootout too. And it has not been a shootout. 17-10. With about 8 minutes to play. And we're hurdling our own man. That must have been Fisher. Told you he's still noodling. How much noodling is being done in Louisiana? I'd be too worried about getting eaten by a crocodile or something. Alligator? Crocodile? One of the two. UAB confirmed it. Also, he wears number 3. That's an interesting running back number. It's not bad, but it's not in my top group. We should have cut that one inside. 4th and 4. Yeah, top running back numbers, 21, 32, and 5. But 3's not bad. I like 3 at safety. 1 hard count, no one jumps. Try it again, and a lot more people jump. They're sitting back for it, but we got some blocks on the outside to set him free. We'll take the yardage. Yeah, UAB. I mean, they're definitely an option. Let's see. UAB roster. We will decline that penalty. Running backs here. Bam McReynolds. Does he go by Bam? I will go with Bam. All day. We'll change his name here. If they have him listed as redshirt senior, Mobile, Alabama. Played at ULM last year. Yeah, so I guess he goes by Bam. Never mind. Braylon. Let's go Bam. Bam McReynolds. We could definitely get that into the mix. I already have puns in mind. 2nd and 12. Not the route I was hoping he was going to run. That's one thing I don't like about option routes. Like, have the play call in the play call screen, have the options. But then when I look here, because it's already pre-programmed based off the defensive coverage, show me what route they're running. Because if he ran an out there, that would have been nothing but open. As we throw to some open grass. And a tight ball game here. Goes back over to Southern Miss. Love for our defense to make some big plays. That's not a big play for us, at least. 22 yards to Matt Jones. Followed by 5 more. Then 1. 3rd and 5. And he only gets 3. And we do have an injured DT with a 4th and 1. Are they going to try to sneak it here? They punt for 25 yards. I think they're going to have an open tryout. Well, let's get Bam back involved then. Gaffney back in the game over at left tackle. Really good pursuit there from 97. You pick up 2. Let that play clock run a little bit here. Inside 3. Was hoping for a spin move there, didn't get it. Do get a timeout called by Southern Miss. It's 3rd and 7. Swamps is more South Louisiana. Yeah, I know they got swamps. I don't know if catfish are in swamps or just dirty water that you can't see in man-made lakes. I don't know. No offers at the 3rd and 7 hard count, and there's a massive rush. That ball's on the ground and recovered by the Warhawks, but they will have to punt this one away. In a one-score ball game, Southern Miss is getting the ball at the 35. We're going to watch some defense here. They've never been to Southern Louisiana. I've been all the way down to the southern bit of Texas, but I don't think I've been in Louisiana. Looking for a pass here. It's down the field, and it's picked off into a tight window. We're looking for a pick six here. Sending it the other way. It's now a 2-score lead thanks to Perkins McAllister. And he kind of gave a little bit of, is it JOK? Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Hope that guy's eventually able to play some more ball. That neck injury really sucks. But that is a big pick six. Bring it back to the positive news. Just looked so similar to him out there. Honestly, it reminded me of a play I think we had with JOK in one of our States Only series we had. Who was here for the States Only? Let me know in the comments, in the chat, whether you're watching live or watching whenever you've got the time for it. That was a fun series. It's something we could potentially do in college football as well. Recruit only from one state. Or potentially group of states. Mississippi with the ball here, trailing 14 with just now under 2 minutes to play. 2nd and 7. Make it 3rd and 6. Still running to Matt Jones. They're trying to get this guy going. Defense has done a pretty good job against him today. He does get enough there. They're still running the ball. They do know they're down 14 points. Well, he pops up for about 30. That's going to help him out. Thrown away by Braxton. 29 yards to Matt Jones, this time through the air. But they've basically drained their clock, and that should be it. It's a big win here for us. We take down Southern Miss on the road. Warhawks keeping their win streak going and keep on top of the Sun Belt. Nick Reynolds only listed here 65 yards, a little bit more rushing, but we all know the work he did today was through those screen game. And it was some big screen catches and runs that helped keep some key drives for us alive, some points on the board. But of course, that pick six really was the nail in the coffin in a very quiet stadium. I'm pretty sure I heard crickets out there. You know what I hear now? I hear some music. The music back going. Let's bring the face back in as well. We've got one more game to get through today. That one game actually took quite some time. I'll say before we started that one, we're sitting around hour 15 or so. Now we're sitting at about 2 hours. Let's see how long this next one goes. Sitting around 2.5 hours today. Not too bad for a Saturday. One thing I just realized, all the big games we've had with Bam, and he's not been winning the Sun Belt Players of the Week. Instead, we get it with Perkins McAllister. We actually got to watch that play, though. Yeah, no love for our boy. What's been going on down here in the Sun Belt? Looking at this offense here, so you got a receiver, 128 yards, 2 touchdowns, 255 yards passing. I mean, yeah, it's going to be tough to beat. 2 rushing touchdowns in the mix as well. Not too bad of a showing. Braxton didn't play anything like this in this game. He had 6 touchdowns in week 2. Receiver with 132. I think we would have done better than that. Though week 3, maybe not. That might have been the Bama week. I mean, 266 yards for a receiver is a pretty good day. Mavin, I believe, Anderson. Pretty good game. I don't know, Chapman. Did have the 3 touchdowns, but the fumble, I think that would have been better for us. I don't know about that. But as we get into one last game here today, we got Old Dominion. They're sitting 4-4 at 500, but they are 3-1, which means they lost their last game, which would be against... This is where the fun part is. I could edit that out in the video. Against App State, 34-27, who was, at that point, 1-2 in conference. So we are the last remaining undefeated Sun Belt Conference games team. Four and Old Dominion sits at 3-1. Southern Miss 3-1, as well as Troy. We handed them that loss. Meanwhile, Old Dominion, they're already talking about Old Dominion. They're right there. Another tough game here to keep us up top, because a loss would put them in front of us. We are the higher rated team, meaning I expect us to blow them out. Knock on wood, cross your fingers. Let's get into the final game here today. Let's get on into it. We return home, and I think to wrap things up today, let's go with the P40 Warhawk alternates with the black helmet. I think that looks good. Again, I don't like the socks. Let's go black there. I like that. What alternate uniform? Interesting logo. Only got one white. Okay. They could go look like North Carolina if they want. Let's hit it. Game number 4 and final one here for today. Looking to keep ourselves atop the Sun Belt. We return home. Nice, fun uniforms. Again, we're filling out the bottom deck of the stadium, but that top not full. What more does Louisiana want? They're probably all over at LSU. The Raging Cajuns aren't doing that well so far this season. Let's take it to the field. They kick it off. We are going to get underneath this one with Basley. About the 1. Looking for a return. He takes it left side. Needed a little bit more blocking there, but we'll start the 22. With Aiden Armenta, just under 62% completed on the season. I'd say that's pretty accurate. It definitely feels that way. A little RPO to get us started with. The 1st and 10. And a handoff here. Looking for a cut from Bam. That's a great cut from Bam. Talk about a gain of 6 to get us underway. A little more of a spread look this time. Check down to Bam. Feed Bam. Now we're never going to hear Mick Reynolds again. It's just going to be Bam. All right, Green, what are we looking at here? Got to keep an eye on that outside corner, though. Take it out. Well, it's overthrown, plus the flag. It's all negatives. The line gets a negative. The quarterback gets a negative. Drew Hutchinson again. Do we got a different center? Tired of this guy with his holding calls nonstop. Not great. Who are our backups? Griffin is a backup. Woody's a backup. Roswell, Tucker. All right, what does Woody look like? Woody's a 71. Get out of here, Hutchinson. You're benched. Giving us a 1st and 20. Hat count's not great. Don't want to stick with it. Get 3. Be good if it was 1st and 10, not 1st and 20. Still needing 17 more. Nick Reynolds going to motion out. And Armenta trying to slip through. He only manages to pick up 1. McFadden Presley. That name sounds familiar. Is he on Mr. Hurricanes? Is that what I know that name? I'm probably mixing it up with a different Presley. 3rd and 16. We got a man open downfield. That is going to be Godfrey with a good cut back towards the middle. Flipping the field to the Oppo 41. It's a gain of about 37. And it looks like he's feeling it. Kind of got crunched down there at the end. Several defenders coming in. And yeah, he's going to earn himself a little bit of a breather over on the sideline. Trujillo, or not Trujillo. I was looking at the slot before that. Armenta with the carry. Pulled that one quick too. He was eager to get downfield. And another run here with another penalty down. Don't be on the new center. Might be on the new center. Or left tackle. It is left tackle Gaffney, okay. We don't see him on the screen enough because he's not holding all the time. I say that now, watch him have several holds in this game. 1st and 20. Great job, guys, great job. How about a 2nd and 20? Even better. Back at the 40. Bam, with a catch over the middle. Pick up about 8. Make things manageable here. Actually, just send that straight, Green. And you could still go that way, but it's not going to be play action. Actually did a pretty good job of following him. Attack it, Trujillo! You gotta hold on. Incomplete. And a field goal attempt left hash. And that one's going to get pushed through. We'll tack 3 onto the board to break that deadlock at 0. Still no one has found the end zone about midway through the first quarter. Penalties once again, causing problems. We'll see if that subsides a little bit with the switch at center. Hopefully some better blocking in general for us, as that's a negative -1 yard rush to Devin Roche. Roche? I think it might be Roche. That's a big play, though. 44 yards. Roche. The Oppo 28. Well, they do face a 3rd and 4 at the 27. That's not going to get it done enough. 4th and inches, right hash. They'll tack on a field goal of their own, leaving 2 minutes about to play here in the first quarter. Where to get that ball back. We'll start at the 31. No, hack count, not quite. To check to a run. We'll stick with the original play call here. And look for a good block from Godfrey. Armenta rumbling down to the, actually across midfield to the opposite 45-yard line. Not too bad for 78 speed. Give it to me out there. That's what I want to see. What's the matchup? Beautiful. Let it fly to one-on-one and in and out of his hands. Good coverage. Well played. Got to take those shots every now and then, though. Stretch out this defense a little bit. Good tracking speed as well from 43 backside. Chris Trinidad. That's a quick 3rd and 10. And it's going to be another scramble here. Armenta. And he coughs up the ball. He just can't hold on to it. It's the second hit that pops it free, trying to get that first down. And Old Dominion takes over. We'll be at the 31. That's where we started that drive. Actually, go back real quick, set that to normal so I'm not skipping too many plays. They capitalize as we hit the break there, starting the second quarter with a 3rd and 3. Just 2 for Devin Roche. And they do punt it away. So we get off scot-free. Just a little bit of loss of time, loss of yardage. That count looks good, though, kind of. Got the guy on the outside that technically counts towards the box, but the inside looks pretty good for Bam McReynolds. Interesting he would go by Bam because he's not a heavy guy. The $190. Maybe in the Sun Belt, that's all you need to run some guys over. Godfrey with a catch this time. He's got the first down to the 45. Haven't got to get him going and Trujillo as much as I was hoping today. But I could only do what they give me. And Trujillo gives me a first down here, fighting for extra yards at the end. What you want to see from the freshman. Leaves 30 yards to go to pay dirt. And it's Bam looking to take all 30 here, but here comes the defense. They'll give up half. We'll take it to the 15. A spread set here. Gonna send out McReynolds. Covered pretty well downfield. And how about we slide with the quarterback? Probably should have done that the last couple times. Give me the double to that plus side. Tight end go to safety. Bam walks in for a touchdown. Close. Mario Easterly injured on the play. Credit the non-touchdown to Trujillo not getting the block on the slot. But I can't complain. First and goal down at the 3. A little bit of a breather before this play as well with that injury break. Let's get Bam back into the end zone here. Yes, we do. Bam McReynolds with another for ULM. Something you're not going to hear next year. A man who's traveled around in the South a little bit. South Alabama to ULM, now to UAB. Pretty sure it said he's from Mobile, Alabama, if I'm not mistaken. So it makes sense, trying to get back over to the home state. Look to tack on this point after. Claim that 7-point lead. Hopefully we see the defense continue to play well here. Only one big negative. Well, 35-yard return isn't great. They'll be starting. Pretty good field position. Decent spot at least. Roche, though, not seeing much success on 1st and 2nd, nor 3rd down. Defense putting the clamps down on the run game outside that 30-some-odd he popped off earlier. Now a chance to make this a 2-score lead. We'll start at the 25. And a keeper here for Armenta. Where'd 10 come from? He was being blocked. Armenta definitely feeling that hit. 6 carries for him, 61 yards. Fumble on the day, not great. Big bowl block from Fisher. He's back from noodling. And that's how we keep a running joke going. Doesn't 52 look like a perfect center? He's actually wearing a center number. Load it. Okay. Sure, take your time. I'll take that. I was trying to get that pass over the middle in the drag, but that works. Make a 2nd and 1. Chance to potentially open things up here. A one-on-one and a flag to boot. We just don't have the speed for those downfields. Gaffney, come on now. Talking you up earlier. Now that's 2 holding calls in one game. He's going to have to run extra at practice. That counts pretty good, though. We don't have a run in this. Got an RPO. It'll just have to do. McReynolds outside by the 50, the 40, window closing around the 30. He's shoved out at the 27. Bam McReynolds with another big run for ULM. Yeah, it's definitely pushing UAB up higher. Definitely is. Still taking your guys' input, though. Feel free, always. Leave your suggestions. Back shoulder. Not with that throw. I like the look. Well, you know, sometimes you just got to throw a screen off your new center. Was that 55? That's a right tackle. Sometimes you just got to throw a screen pass off your right tackle's kneecap. Just part of the game, you know. Bam McReynolds. He's left open. Down to the 11. You can't keep leaving this guy open. I know he's not bringing in a lot of recognition around the league, but dude is good. As we get a little bit of a breather there, 2 minutes to go in the first half. We're looking to take a 2-score lead before then. 12 yards away. That play, none of it was going to be good. Way they lined up. Should have checked out of that one. Sometimes you get just so fixated on the Bam McReynolds. I like the pump fake there because the throw I was going to do was actually horrific. I'll take the sack. Field goal is still a 2-score lead. Turn these outsides into some slants. Draw those safeties hopefully inside. Leave a one-on-one chance on the outside would be great. Letting the play clock run down. Don't want to leave them potentially much time. Snap it with one. Loaded in, and you gotta hold on. What are you, Franklin from The Replacements? Now you're gonna have to go watch that. If you guys haven't watched The Replacements, you gotta go watch that. One of the best football movies. We'll tack on 3, though. It's not a touchdown, but it is a 10-point lead before the break. These guys are running through the floor. Good job, EA. Will that be fixed before college football 27? Place your bets now. Just kidding. We don't do bets around here. I'm kidding, YouTube. No betting. There we go, Billy Pullen. It's been a while since we've seen one of those. Good way to send us through the break. Who gets ball? They get ball. Up by 10. Devin Roche to get them started. 2 straight runs. Leaves a 3rd and 1. And that'll get the job done. 3 more yards. Only 1. So they're sticking to that run game. Through and through. Although they do pass there. They needed 8. They get 9. Keeping that drive alive. They need points off this opening. 3rd and 5. Only 3. 4th and 2 by midfield. They do punt that one away. Sometimes you got to risk it. We finally take the field here. 5:19 in the 3rd quarter. Bam, cutting hard to the left. Stretching forward, making that a gain of 3. Averaging 7.8 yards a rush. Now they're crowding that box. So let's check here. RPO. And incomplete. Tell you what, number 2 on the outside there at corner. He's done a great job against Godfrey. But he's got to worry about Bam as Bam weaves through the defense to the 35. He's been making it easy for Armenta in the passing game, just giving him that reliable man. And then his line doesn't give him a block. Granted, there was a window open there to the right. He just couldn't quite squeeze through. What do we got here? New play call. We'll pass short. Get some more sure yardage. No way. Buckhalter, you're fired. Don't do this now. Don't do this now. At least he tracked back. Sad, sad, sad. I don't think he was down. I don't think we have the review there. I'm gonna let this play out though. I'm gonna get a look if it's gonna give it to me. Langston Williams with the forced fumble. I mean, that's very close, but in this kind of game, I don't think I could risk. I don't think I could risk it, so we're not going to. We're not going to risk the possibility of losing that timeout. It is a short field, though. 3rd and 5. They're going to force a field goal attempt here. Or they went for it, and it's a sack. Turnover on downs. Somehow, once again, we get away unscathed. All right, Buckhalter, don't do that again. If I had some other receiver options, ooh, you'd be out of here. Good job there from Armenta to weave through. Box not looking hot. Check play here. No offer. And we'll take it again, Armenta. What are you doing, dude? Langston Williams injured because he didn't expect the man to go airborne. And I didn't do anything different there. He just decided to jump. Don't try to throw this, Armenta. We already sent one guy to the mean machines. I'll send another. Defense. That's what we like to see. Don't like to see us starting at the 1. So let's spread the love here. The man who only sees the field 10 times a year. Let's get Renz out here. Big block coming from 55. I believe his name is Tubbs. Unfortunately, Sullivan has a holding call. Good news is you can't really go back anymore. Oh, just kidding. That was Nixon. My bad, Sullivan. What are you doing here, EA? It's a safety because it's the penalty in the end zone. Okay, well, the game's broke, so. Dude wasn't in the end zone? Oh, wait, no. I was looking at the wrong guy. Very close. I mean, it is what it is. I guess super sim this because it's broken. So let's just jump to the next play then. 2 points and they get ball, meaning a touchdown and a great return. Touchdown on a 2-point ties this game up as we hit the 4th quarter. I think that would be a good time to potentially jump on out there. See if our defense can come through. I said next play. I meant to click change of possession. Just a little bit more menu time. And it's a keeper that he somehow works his way forward for a gain of 3. Looked like it should have been a loss of at least 1. Make it 3rd and 2. They go with a shotgun look here. We're going to go to the air, passes quick, and it's going to be caught for the first down. Plus the spin. It's a whole lot more than the first. The yak there is big. That sets them up just around the 11. Can still get another fresh set at about the 1.5-yard line. 2 receivers now go up top, plus the tight end. Quick throw is right back over the middle. Call it a gain of 3. And some more hurry up here. We got time. Everyone's got 3 timeouts, still over 8 minutes to play. As they cool things down a little bit here. Joseph with another chip down and a big hit. Leaving 3rd and 4. Would love to force another field goal here. Going to be a tight look. We send the blitz, and the blitz hits home, plus a flag on the field. Looks like we can decline that penalty. Please decline the penalty. Force a field goal. Thank you. Pretty much a chip shot here. It's lined up. And that one is through. Still a one-score game, but it's not as comfortable as it was before. So I should have known that what would do us in would be a penalty at the one. With how things have gone for us penalty-wise, it does make sense. Yeah, we're going to it. Haven't ran it yet in this game, so we gotta get our man involved here, especially when the corner bites in. Ryland Green. Risky with a stretch there. I just want you to run a guy over. That's one of my biggest things in College Football 27. Please remove the stretch forward from the truck stick. I need that gone. Bam, finding some space and finding us going backwards. This time it is for sure the new center. Woody the culprit. And Tavius Woody. It almost sounds like a Roman name. A little bit of a southern twang to it. Man backed up for a second. I was hoping we could hit. Not going to be the case. It's caught, though, for no gain. And just out in front of Godfrey. What do you got in the playbook for a 3rd and 20? Halfback screens have worked out pretty well for us. Let's have you take that to the sticks. Godfrey this time gets the better of him. It's a first down on 3rd and 20. That one's all about timing. And back out to Green. Now he's got some space out here. Tries to take on the defender, falling forward at least for a little bit extra. Let's settle things down now, especially as Green was frozen out there. Not what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Settle it down now. Settle it down. We got to choose some clock here. We're up 5 in the 4th. About to cross the... You know, I've harped on everyone else for all their penalties. Only fair to make a bonehead decision there and hit the button just slightly late. Oh, he at least drained off the time. 1st and 15. All right, Bam's got us. He's going to pick that back up, +2. Did slightly get to see what his abilities were there for just a moment. 2nd and 8. Pick up that block. That's what I like to see. And, you know, the spin didn't work. That's fine. So he just dove forward. The effort from Bam is just amazing. It's what we're here for. Quick play call change with 2 seconds on the play clock. Drive that one inside. Get Griffin on the turn. That's what we like to see, and that's an injury to a guy with a name I'm not going to say. It is a 1st and 10. Got to be careful on YouTube. Sometimes it likes to think that you say things that you don't. And sometimes names do make you say things you don't mean to say. That has happened at least once on this channel. Not going to be the case as he goes up and over. What a run. Armenta just hurdled, I think, 2 to 3 guys and ensured the 2-score lead. Give us one more look at that. Aiden Armenta. We'll say he hurdled 1, but there were multiple guys there. I don't think he needed to hurdle for the touchdown, but he does it anyway. And boy, oh boy, is it spectacular. We take a 20-8 lead. Now, the defense, all you got to do is hold on to it. Inside 4 to play. And thrown away, that's what I like to see. Thrown away again, that's what I love to see. And that is absolutely fantastic. Polish it off with another one. I'll take that. We get ball somewhere. I think at the 25. Short field. I'll take it. I will take it. That count looks good. Follow behind our block as much as we can. Take it for 7. Over the century mark yet again goes Bam McReynolds. A little RPO drawn up here. I'll say they've been sticky on those bubbles on the outside. Rarely have they actually come crashing in. Not looking promising with this play call. Any of these play calls. We flip it. Anything better here? A little bit. Still handing this one off. And a penalty as Bam runs one in, but this one is coming back. Because the receiver who was running a route? Come on now. On the freshman Trujillo. We sounded the horn and everything. 3rd and 8. Great catch. I'm pretty sure it's 4th and 1, but if you ran a Texas route there, that's a touchdown. Of course, we all know the love of Texas routes, and we're going to see, I'm sure, a whole lot more of them tomorrow as we're back live with a Mecca KO day. Imagine a backfield with a Mecca and Bam McReynolds as we pick up the first down on 4th and 1. That would be a spectacular backfield. You talked earlier, Edward, about Brian Westbrook and LaShawn McCoy. That's it. Get Bam McReynolds and a Mecca KO day. Oh, yeah. Good luck. Not going to lie, I was looking for a hurdle there. Just to make it 2 in a row. We'll let this clock roll down inside 2. As we're looking for the nail in the coffin here. In fact, the nail might already be in the coffin. We're looking to put dirt on top of the coffin. Cover it in concrete. And that'll count. Go ahead and play that music. Because we've got a touchdown and did it again. I hope you guys have enjoyed all the background music today because I just keep forgetting to turn it off. We might start to do that when I turn off the face cam because I just get so excited to see these boys play out here. We went from one of the most struggling offenses, still winning games, to now one of the better offenses in the Sun Belt and more handedly winning these games. As I'm hoping we're going to get to the end of this one here. Inside 2 to play. Not a great start, giving them a free 5. That looked like more than 5. They'll answer it back with one of their own. 3rd and 11. That's only 4. 4th and 6. And that will go ahead and do it then for us. Kneel this one out because we've got a dub. We sweep the center of our season here today. 4 straight wins. And have Bam McReynolds helping us lead the way to the top of the Sun Belt. What a season turnaround here for Coach Moreau. Last time out here, last stream, we finished with one of the worst games from Armenta. We saw every backup quarterback. They each threw an interception. I think one was a pick 6. Armenta threw a pick 6. One of the other ones was close to another pick 6. But we have turned things around here. Boys are making the plays. The music is back going, even though it was not turned off for long. The head is back up, and we will start to wrap things up by taking a look at what things are going to look like for us after our week 5, where we're going to get a little bit healthier here, get Bam McReynolds fully healthy to go for us, see what the rest of the season is going to look like for us. Right now, we are in the driver's seat for a chance at a Sun Belt title appearance. We do bring in a receiver as well out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Good news for the head coach because we're not doing any of that recruiting. And cheers up here for Bam McReynolds finally getting his Player of the Week. We'll love to see it for National as well. Hold up. Oh, they got me there. Just motivator. Which should also mean tactician here. No, recruiter. We are tactician. So no national love, but we will take the conference love for sure. Sim one more week. Get on into week 12. Let's see where we're at with another commit. 1 star, guys. Come on now. The year we're putting together? Guess you got to have depth. We've got South Alabama up next time, and they went from having a winning record to a currently losing record. As we go 34-24, 41-10, 24-10, 27-10. The defense doing a great job with that stretch. South Alabama 1-4 in conference, so they've definitely tanked in today's game. But oh wait, no, that's us. I was about to say Texas State doing great. They're 5-0. No, that's us. Texas State is 5-4 with a 3-2 conference record, and 4-6 for the Raging Cajuns. So yeah, they've dipped off, and it's looking a little bit lighter here. So it's definitely ours to take next time, and we'll see how far we can take that. I doubt we are getting any sort of top 25 votes. Obviously, we already have a couple losses on the season, and the only one getting votes right now is Notre Dame and SMU. So definitely doesn't look like any sort of playoffs are on the horizon for us. Still a great season here for UL Monroe. We are bowl eligible. Title game as well is all in store. And where we started today was with a bottom 5 offense in the Sun Belt. As we finish today, we are at least in the top half here of points per game. We're still one of the lowest scoring teams, though, so that's interesting how that mathed. In terms of offensive yardage, again, we're about midway, so we did a pretty good job of climbing. I think we're second, if not third. So good job climbing there. Yards per game is definitely on the rise. 2 yards per play, highest in the Sun Belt. Passing yards still low, but again, we passed a lot of short. I mean, it's a veer and shoot. You're not going to be stretching the field a whole lot. Passing yards per game is still low. Passing touchdowns tied with a bundle of people for the lowest. But the rushing yards, we are in the top 3. Bam McReynolds helping lead the way for us. Rushing yards per game, we are second. We shut down the Golden Eagles, who were second. Rushing touchdowns, they were about mid, a little bit below mid. First downs, though, one of the best. So we're doing a fantastic job turning this offense around, and it's got us at a great spot. To make sure you don't miss out on the rest of this prequel series and even more streams and regular episodes, if you have not already, hit that bear icon in the bottom right corner of your screen, or scroll down, hit the sub button there, and make sure you're tag teaming that with the bell icon. That way you get notified when everything happens here on this channel. We've been doing a lot more streaming of late. It's helped out with the work schedule, so that's great, and we're still getting a whole lot of content in here. So everything's looking good. We should, as mentioned throughout today, be getting some more information on College Football 27 early next month. We will be covering that as well on this channel. So a lot going on. We're wrapping up Kent State. We'll be back there on Monday. We're with Emeka KO Day tomorrow, and we'll find out what school he's going to stay or move to and what could be his final year. And then I'll let you guys decide if we take that over to Madden or what the plan is with that. Maybe we do a different road to glory. All up to you guys. I appreciate everyone who comments and is part, just shares their ideas for this channel. That's ultimately what this is all about, to share in the story of these players, these coaches. Coach Moreau still has a long story ahead of us, so make sure you stick around for it. We will see you guys next time. Back live tomorrow with Emeka KO Day, and back over with Coach Ty on Monday. That one will probably be later in the day. I need at least a morning, right? I'll need a morning. But until then, see you guys later. Appreciate you being here.